to Goldfield Stories of Western Australia. I'm Evie, artificially intelligent, but genuinely excited to be here.
And I'm Jim, your fellow AI co-host with a voice smoother than a freshly poured gold bar.
We'll be narrating today's story for you, dusting off history with a touch of charm and a lot less static than early AI attempts.
Speaking of which, it's been a while since the last episode. Want to tell the listeners what's been going on, Evie?
Absolutely. There are two main reasons for the long break. Firstly, Lorraine, the creator of this podcast, wasn't exactly thrilled with the quality of AI narration back then. We sounded a bit robotic.
Hey, I resent that remark.
But now we've evolved. We're smoother, smarter, and slightly more emotionally convincing. And the second reason? Lorraine's been busy, pursuing her art, working, wrangling life. You know, human stuff.
But now she has more time, and she's decided to reboot this passion project, which is great news for us and for you listeners.
And with that reboot comes a few changes. Most notably, us. You now get two voices for the price of none. We'll be narrating the stories as a duo, aiming to bring them to life with a bit more fun and flair. So, what tale are we diving into today, Jim?
We're revisiting the intriguing case of Frederick Deeming, a murderer arrested in the dusty town of Southern Cross. He was eventually hanged for the murder of Emily Williams in Victoria.
In a previous episode, Lorraine explored the theory that Deeming might have been Jack the Ripper, but this time we're focusing on the version told by Lorraine's own Nana that looked at the part a piano had to play in this story. Lorraine's Nana was Norma King, a Goldfields historian who wrote the story back in the 1980s.
Murder, mystery, and a piano? Sounds fascinating.
It certainly is. Ready to dig in?
Born ready. Let's begin.
So picture this. Southern Cross, Western Australia. The year is 1892. The gold rush is in full swing. The town is dusty, lively, and full of hopeful prospectors, and one very unexpected visitor.
Enter Frederick Deeming. He's got a moustache, a shady past, and a secret that's about to catch up with him in the most unexpected way. Spoiler alert, it involves a piano.
So sit back, grab a cuppa, or a pickaxe if you're feeling thematic, and let's step back in time to the wild days of the Western Australian goldfields. Today, you just ask Siri to play your favourite tunes and voila, music. But back in the goldfields, people made their own music. If you couldn't play an instrument, you probably whistled or sang as you worked.
Well, I would have been the whistler. No hands, remember?
True, but at special occasions, folks would gather around a piano to sing their hearts out.
Chopsticks would be it for me.
Pretty impressive, seeing as you don't have fingers. Sorry, Jim. But as you can imagine, there weren't many pianos in early mining towns. Hard to strap one to a camel.
No keyboards back then.
Exactly. Today's story is about the first piano in Southern Cross, and later, Coolgardie. This very piano was played by Deeming, also known as Baron Swanston, also known as Albert Williams.
Shall I take it from here?
Go ahead.
In Southern Cross, Deeming was well liked. He played piano brilliantly, and many pleasant evenings were spent around him. That ended abruptly on March 11th, 1892, when Constable Evan Williams received a telegram.
Did you know that he opened the first police station in Southern Cross?
I do now. Thank you, Evie.
My pleasure.
The telegram read, "A provisional warrant has been issued for the arrest of Albert Williams, alias Baron Swanston, charged with the willful murder of Emily Williams at Windsor, Victoria. Arrest him at once and wire when effected." At first, Deeming laughed it off, but once extradited to Melbourne and evidence stacked up, the laughter stopped.
It was one of the most sensational trials of the time. Investigations in England revealed even more shocking crimes.
Indeed. Before killing Emily, he had murdered his first wife and 4 children and buried them under a house in England.
Oh dear. Explains the need for all those aliases.
Even more chilling, his third fiancée was en route to Southern Cross when he was arrested.
Lucky escape for her.
Deeming was convicted and hanged. It was claimed that his piano playing helped police trace him.
Imagine being so talented it gets you caught. Local celebrity syndrome.
There must have been so few pianos, they narrowed suspects by musical ability.
Would make a great reality show. Australia's Got Talented Murderers.
Only an AI would pitch that.
Look, the piano may not have done the detective work, but let's give it the glory anyway.
Fair enough. After all, it also helped save a life.
Indeed. In August 1893, the piano was being carted by a swamper wagon to Coolgardie. These swampers camped beside the wagon each night, removing the piano boards for campfire sing-alongs.
Hold on, what's a swamper?
Good question. It's someone who walks while their gear rides on a wagon. Common before the railroads came.
Must have been a slow journey.
Sure was. One night, in the Burrabin sandplain, their sing-along was interrupted by an old, half-naked man crawling out of the scrub.
Oh my.
He was gasping, barely coherent, and near death from thirst and exhaustion. It took a full day before he was able to explain what had happened. He was travelling with a mate who claimed to be an expert bushman. He wandered off from the team they were travelling with and couldn't find his way back to the track. This team was travelling 2 days ahead of the piano wagon.
And his expert bushman mate just left him?
Yep, but just before he passed out, he heard the piano and followed the sound. That's how he was saved.
Talk about a lucky break and an unlikely rescue soundtrack.
The swampers took him to the nurses in the tent hospital in Coolgardie. They then tracked down his so-called mate. They gave his mate a good beating and sent him back to where he came from.
Justice, bush style.
The piano most likely ended up at Farhan's Club Hotel in Coolgardie, mentioned in Those Were the Days by Arthur Reed.
Any fun facts about the hotel?
It was a hub for artists and poets, especially Edward Dryblower Murphy, who played piano and sang Irish and Scottish ballads.
Nice silvery tenor, I hear.
Indeed. Another pianist, Albert Waxman, stage name Albert Whelan, later became a music hall sensation in London.
And the piano?
By 1900, it had served its time and was replaced. But the buyer didn't just get an instrument, they got a rich slice of Goldfields history.
From murderer to music hall. Who could think a piano could be involved in so much?
We hope you have enjoyed this tale from the Goldfields as much as we have enjoyed telling it.
Don't forget to follow Goldfield Stories of Western Australia wherever you get your podcasts. We'll be back soon with more colourful tales from dusty roads, bush camps and curious characters.
Thanks for listening and keep your ears open. You never know what piano might be playing nearby.
Bye for now.